this is Russell Brunson. Welcome back to the Marketing Secrets Show. I'm so excited to have you guys here today. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, I want to take you a second and please subscribe on the button down below and turn on notifications because you are in for a treat. We're going to be talking about marketing, sales funnels, driving traffic, how to grow your company, and a whole bunch more things that are going to be a lot of fun during today's show. And I want to make sure you don't miss anything. And if you are one of our faithful followers, welcome back to the Marketing Secrets Live Show. I know you've enjoyed it in the past, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Make sure that down below you are commenting and let us know what you're thinking about each of the different sections, because we have a lot of cool things we'll be sharing with you, from how to get free traffic to how to get an affiliate army, people promoting your products for you, to a whole bunch of other things I think you're going to love on today's show. And so with that said, let's cue up today's episode of the Marketing Secrets Live Show. What's up, everybody? My name is Russell Brunson. Welcome to the Marketing Secrets Live Show. This is a fun experiment we've been doing. This is episode number 2. We cover a whole bunch of things related to marketing, and this episode we're talking a lot about the Traffic Secrets book launch, which is crazy. How many of you guys are excited about the Traffic Secrets book launch? I can't see the comments, but hopefully you're freaking out like I am. We're getting closer and closer. We spent the last year or more writing this book and working on it, and we are almost to the end. So it's really exciting. But excited to have you guys here. We're gonna be going through a whole bunch of fun things, and you guys have a chance to be behind the scenes of a bunch of stuff as well. So hopefully have fun hanging out today on this beautiful Friday, and we should have a good time. So that said, I'm gonna jump right into the first segment here in our show. So the first segment for the Marketing Secrets Live Show today is questions from the community, and everybody's asking questions about this right here, the brand new Traffic Secrets book, which is coming out. The launch date is actually like a week from Tuesday, which is crazy. So March 17th, we're launching. So the question that we've been getting a ton from people is this: what's happening with the Traffic Secrets book launch? Can you give us any insider detail about it? So I would love to give you some insider detail. There's so many things that go into a book launch, and or to any kind of product launch for that matter. And a lot of people ask questions about what are we doing and how are we doing it. So I'm going to kind of tell you guys some of the stuff. So the first thing, step number 1 was it actually started almost 2 years ago. So this is some seeding for you guys to understand that product launches don't start like a week before the product launch. Like 2 years ago, when I had the idea to start writing this book, is when it all began. And so for the last 2 years, as I've been preparing it and like figuring out and testing the material and trying to learn the message that was going to be in this book, I spoke at multiple different events. I spoke at Dana Derrick's event initially. It was very first. It was Dream 100 Con, and I spoke teaching some of the principles from Traffic Secrets. And I still remember I was in the back of the room like doodling stuff out before I went up, and then I was like testing these different concepts and ideas to see which things stuck with people, which ones made sense, which ones confused people. And then a couple months later, we did a Traffic Secrets event for my 2 Common Club X students, and we taught it again for over 2 days. I taught the principles again and changed things and tweaked things. And then after that, I started talking about it on my podcast, on Facebook Lives, and all sorts of places. And I tested it in little spots. I would speak different places. I would try different things and just kept testing the material. And then I started the actual writing process, which if those of you guys haven't written a book yet, I don't know, some of my friends like Dana Derrick's is like, I can write a book in an hour. Not me. It takes me like a year or more to write the book. And so I started the process of writing. And as I was writing, I didn't just write in hiding. I talked about it a lot on Instagram, on Facebook. I would share pictures. I would share me writing. I'd share like chapter number 3, and like I would do this cool doodle and show the doodle off, and trying to build anticipation for the last year and excitement. And hopefully most of you guys have seen pieces of that, and hopefully you're excited right now, right? Half of marketing is making enough noise to get people to actually care, right? So for the last year, as I was doing this, I've been taking people on the journey, and that's been a big part of it, because now people actually care. There's relevancy of like, why is this book? Why should I care about it? And now people are excited for it. Similar to like if you guys have been followed the whole Marvel the MCU launch of their whole series, like it was years of like building up and sharing video after video, and this movie all leading up to eventually Avengers Endgame, which is when the whole thing kind of wrapped. But man, it was all the pressure and buildup of a long time that got people to come, and that's why it became the highest grossing movie of all time. So all right, so that's how it started. Then as we got closer and closer and the book actually got done, then the next phase, which we started recently, was like, I need to send this to some people to see if they like it. And what's crazy is like for me as a writer, I think anybody who creates anything, I heard Ryan Holiday say this in Perennial Seller, but like when you create something, you're creating it in private, right? You're on your computer by yourself, you're with your thoughts, and you're trying to like create, and you're so excited. And then when you first time you make it public, it's really, really scary. So we printed 300 copies of the Traffic Secrets book, and we did our Dream 100, which, funny enough, I talk about in the Traffic Secrets book. And we figured we went on every platform, podcasting, Instagram, Facebook, Google, blogging, and just found different people in each of the markets that we thought would be good for our Dream 100 list, which are people who potentially could promote the book. And we sent out copies about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And this for me was like the scariest thing, especially as people started getting it and started posting it on Facebook and Instagram. Like, I got Russell's book today. Every time someone posts that, I had the weird like excitement and then like the, oh my gosh, they're gonna read this thing, and like super scary. In fact, yesterday, the master list builder, Joel Christopher, who's someone I learned from a decade and a half ago when I was first getting started, he got a copy of it and he read the whole section 1 last night. And he was like highlighting and post pictures of his highlights. I remember like, I saw the message come through. I was like, had all the fear and anxiety of like, what if he hates it? And I looked at it and it was like this page, it was all like highlighted all over and circled. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I was at Tony Robbins' birthday a week ago, and Garrett White was there, and Garrett King gave me a hug. He said, brother, as he does, brother, of all the 3 books, this is by far the best. I'm just like, which is like the thing you're so scared about all the time. And then when people get it and you're just like, this is so cool. So that's when the second phase is Dream 100, getting it out there. And now next week we have the actual book launch, which is where the funnels will be live. And so my job on this phase of the book launch is to get a funnel that is going to actually convert. So when affiliates promote it, when we're buying ads to it, we're not losing money, that's actually profitable. And so we have been geeking out and working hard on this book funnel. And because I rewrote also the .com Secrets book and the Expert Secrets book, all 3 books have been rewritten now. We're doing new funnels for all 3 of them. It's kind of fun. So you'll see when the funnels go live next week. If you go to all 3 sites, they're similar style. In fact, what you'll notice about the style, and this is kind of maybe a little tip for everyone moving forward, is it's very much designed for mobile. Everything's one column instead of like, typically we always do pages side by side, desktop. But man, so much more traffic's coming from mobile now than desktop that we're just shifting our design style to really cater to that. And so you'll notice the page design's different. It's cool. I've been geeking out on it, and we're really excited to roll out this entire funnel and the funnel and the upsells, the downsells, and all this stuff. And it's exciting. So those are the details of the Traffic Secrets launch. The launch date that starts March 17th, and there's like a 3-week launch where I'll be promoting hard, affiliates will be promoting hard, and we'll hopefully sell 100,000 plus copies of the book, which would be exciting. And that's kind of the first phase of the launch. And then at the end of that, then we're doing a live event here in Boise, Idaho, a small event with like about 200 people or so. Hopefully we don't have to cancel it because of the coronavirus. Every event's being canceled right now. It's crazy. But we're doing a small event here in Boise where I have 40 of the top traffic speakers in the world coming, and each doing a 30-minute presentation on a very tactical way to get traffic, because the Traffic Secrets book is very strategic, and I want it very tactical. So we have 40 speakers each coming, and they're all presenting a tactical thing on like how to get traffic from Pinterest, from Facebook, from LinkedIn, like just all different ways, different platforms and different ways to get traffic. And so that's going to be happening at the end of the initial book launch, and then we're going to be streaming those live online. So hopefully you guys have a chance to watch a lot of those, and each one of those will actually become like an ad. So it'll be when you watch it, it'll be me introducing the speaker, them speaking, and then me doing a call for action afterwards on the book. And each one will become a presentation, which will become an ad, and you'll see that kind of behind the scenes as well happening at the end of the launch. And that happens first week in April, and then afterwards, then we move to the social launch. And this is where I basically have like a month and a half blocked out, where I'm doing a bajillion podcast interviews, Facebook Lives, other things, I don't even know what they're called, and that's kind of what's happening. So that's kind of behind the scenes what's happening on the book launch. A lot of it is for the initial surge of sales, and then the long-term social, and then from there we'll just get back to normal marketing as usual. We're creating tons of ads, buying ads. I'm going to try to test this book on radio and other things. Dean Graziosi, I've been talking about potentially doing an infomercial for it. I think it's such a universal topic. Everybody needs traffic, and so I'm excited to get this message about the book out to more people. So that's what's happening with the Traffic Secrets book launch. I hope that helps, and I hope it gives you ideas for different ways that you can launch your products, your services, your businesses, whatever it is that you are looking to launch out into the world. That's segment number 1, you guys. You guys ready for a giveaway? Should we do this giveaway? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. We've got a huge present here, a huge box. I'm going to pull out here. Let me bring it up. All right. This is the Marketing Secrets gift of stuff. We need an official name for it. The mystery box. Inside this box, there's a gift for somebody who is watching this live stream right now. And you have to be watching this live. So this is for those of you guys who are the hardcore fans and followers who are hanging out with us today. Inside this box is a gift I'm going to be giving somebody. So how do you win what's inside this box? Well, this is how it works. The game's played very easily. All you have to do is take this live stream right now and share it. Share it on Facebook. I'm assuming. Where else are we at?
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook.
Comment that you did all over the place.
Share it and then comment down below. Say, Russell, I just shared this. When you share it, you enter a drawing to win. And we're going to actually be giving this away at the end of today's Marketing Secret Show. Miss Melanie, my assistant, is going to be doing a Vanna White giveaway at the end. I think that's the plan at least. And so the way to win it is very simple. Again, all you gotta do, number one, is share this the Marketing Secrets live show. Share it. And number two, comment down below saying, I just shared it, Russell. And then we'll go through, we're gonna match the shares with the comments, put it into the thing, do a random drawing, and boom, we'll pick someone and they will win the prize inside of this box. Okay, so my first question for you guys, as you are sharing this, what do you guys think the prize inside the box is? And do you guys want to see what's inside? Like, should we open it? Like, should I reveal what's inside? And look at this box, by the way. Like, I would do it just for this box. Like, look at this cool box. It's got the, it's really nicely designed. Even on top, it's got the, anyway, I can't show you because it'll tip over. The gift inside. So I'll give you some hints about this gift. Number one, it is alive. I can hear it inside. It's kind of purring and making some, just kidding, it's not a cat. I promise you it's not a cat. This is something that, there's only one on this planet right now. There's only one, okay? And so that's the first hint. Yeah, as of right now, there's only one. And somebody's going to win this thing, and I'm excited for him.
Joshua just shared, Cesar shared, Brandon shared, Kim shared, Alex shared, Melissa shared.
Yeah, Kim, Alex, Melissa, you guys keep sharing. Okay. All right, should I show them what it is, or should we keep more? Should I tease them longer, or should I show them what it is? Who wants to see what it is?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I need like a ladder to get in. Okay, I'm gonna pull it down so I can, because I'm not tall enough to do this boat.
Mike shared, Carlos shared, Bill shared.
Keep on sharing, guys.
Keep sharing. Keep it going.
All right, inside the box is, oh, you guys excited? Here we go. It is the actual box set. What? Oh, this is the only one on this planet that exists right now. Is the box set of the 3 books. So, wait, Russell, but you said there's 3 and there's 4. Everyone gets confused. Like, I thought you said it's a trilogy. Why is there 4 books? I'm like, don't take me literally in everything. Okay, so there's actually 3 books. So the first one is .com Secrets here. One thing about .com Secrets, if you've read the original, this is a rewrite. There's over 30,000 new words in here and a lot of new things that are amazing. It's basically the updated version for right now. And so I redone it. It's in hardbound copy. Then we got the Expert Secrets book, which is, again, I did a rewrite on this as well. I think there's like 25 to 30,000 new words in this as well, which is exciting. New frameworks, I'm really, really proud of it. Number 3 is the Traffic Secrets book, which is coming soon to a funnel near you. And then number 4 is the Unlock the Secrets book. And the Unlock the Secrets book is basically, it is a workbook that you use to go through the three books, okay? And so this box set is something that we will be selling here in the near future, but right now, one of you is gonna win this copy of the new thing, so it's exciting. All right, so check this out. So I even updated the subtitles because the books have changed. So this is .com Secrets, the Underground Playbook for growing your company online with sales funnels. That's book number 1 in the sequence.
They're freaking out.
Oh, by the way, if you don't share now, you should probably now is the time to share if you want to win this. Okay, that's number 1. Book number 2, boom. Notice there's a new image on the front for those who are geeking out with me. And a new title, The Underground Playbook for Converting Your Online Visitors into Lifelong Customers. Boom, there's book number 2 in the series. Book number 3, Traffic Secrets. Yeah. I've talked about this a lot. So it's The Underground Playbook for Filling Your Websites and Your Funnels with Your Dream Customers. Boom, and then book number 4, the only way to get this is in the box set. There's no way to buy this one by standalone. It's the Unlock the Secrets playbook. It says your underground playbook for scaling your company to the 2 Comma Club and beyond. And so this is a workbook that you will use in tandem with these right here. So it is a trilogy with a workbook. It's not a quadrilogy. Anyway, so if you guys want to win the box set, whoa, and check out the back of it here. It's kind of cool. Boom, there's the back. So you got .com Secrets is the framework, Expert Secrets is the fire, Traffic Secrets is the fuel, and Unlock Secrets is your playbook. And then on the side it says you're just one funnel away. And this is a Garrett J. White quote. It says the life you want, the marriage you want, and the family you want are going to be fueled by the businesses that you build. Boom. So there you go. Somebody at the end of this will win this. And the way to win it is to share this and then comment down below and say, I just shared it. And that's how you can win this. So I'm going to put this on the side. We'll come back to this throughout today's party. And somebody is going to win this live at the end. But you got to be live. So don't go to the bathroom. Don't go to lunch. This is way more important. Call Uber Eats if you need to eat and eat here and hang out with us the rest of the show. Okay. Should we move on?
Let's do it.
Okay. Hold on. I need a pulling dynamite down my water. All right. moving to the next segment of our show. Everybody, welcome back. This is Marketing Secrets Live, and today I'm going to be interviewing one of my friends, someone that works on a lot of projects with us here at ClickFunnels. And so this is called Tales of a Funnel Hacker. We're bringing one of our funnel hacking friends into this conversation. I'm going to have a chance to interview him. I'll give you some heads up on who he is. So I actually met this person back almost 10 years ago now. At the time, we had a company called Overcome Pornography, and we help people overcome pornography addiction. And this guy reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, I love what you're doing. I love your product. Can I help you sell more of these?" I'm like, "Sure. How do you do that?" He's like, "I'm a YouTube guy. Let me post some videos on YouTube and we'll get you some traffic." So we posted 2 of these videos on YouTube promoting our pornography, overcoming pornography addiction product. And the 2 videos got millions of views. In fact, we don't sell the product anymore, and there's still traffic coming from these videos every single day. As we started growing ClickFunnels, I reached out to him and asked if he'd help with our YouTube strategy, and recently helped us get to over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's an amazing guy. He's been in my inner circle for the last couple of years, and someone that I have a ton of respect for and excited to have with us today. So do I need to do anything to get Joe up here? His name is Joe Marfolio. Joe, how are you doing, man?
What's happening, man? Hey, glad to be here. Thank you for that awesome intro.
Okay, so here, man. This is the first time we've done a live interview on the show before, which is really exciting. Very exciting. And I love you got your Funnel Hacker shirt on and all your 2 Comma Club awards in the back. So
that's it, man. I'm just waiting for the 2 Comma Club X to come in the mail to kind of even out the set. So that's going to be awesome.
Yep, Joe just won one last week. You guys at Funnel Hacking Live, he got one, which is pretty cool. So, all right, so. Obviously, we don't have a ton of time, but I got a lot of questions for you. So inside of the Traffic Secrets book, there's a whole chapter on YouTube traffic, and most of it I pulled from you because you are the guy who on our team is doing all of our YouTube, doing all this stuff, and you've done such an amazing job. And so most of the things are there from you. And so this is kind of to tease people a little about what's happening inside the book, but also just to get them to know you and understand some more about YouTube. So why is YouTube, do you think, different than all the other platforms that are out there? You know, we've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all this stuff. Like, why is YouTube, why are you so passionate about YouTube?
You know, so you have Facebook, Instagram, and I see a lot of people it's sometimes easier for them to build a big following on Facebook or Instagram. They kind of go to YouTube and they struggle a little bit. And it's because YouTube isn't just a social media platform. It is a social media platform, but it's also a search engine where people are searching for certain topics. Maybe they're searching how to do something. But, so what you have to do with YouTube is not only put up content that's engaging, that people want to watch, that has value, but you also have to add kind of a story element to it. And the one thing that you don't want to do, and I see people do this, is kind of repurpose your content. Like, say you have content you put on Facebook and then Instagram or a podcast, and and then you distribute to all these different channels. If you put it on YouTube, a lot of times you're going to find that it's not going to get that much traction. And think about YouTube like this. Like, when you watch YouTube yourself, like if you guys are out there and you're watching YouTube, why do you subscribe to a certain channel? You're going to subscribe, right? Maybe, they're showing you how to make money online or how to grow your Instagram, right? But there's a ton of videos on there that talk about like how to grow your Instagram channel. But it's like, what makes you subscribe and want to watch somebody? It's going to be their personality. It's going to be the way they engage with you. And it's going to be the way the content comes across. So what I would say for YouTube, the difference is treat YouTube like it's its own thing. Make videos just for YouTube and try to approach it not as a marketer, but as a creator. Yeah. Not that you're going to sell anything, but that you're going to build your audience and your following.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about YouTube too is, and I talk about this in the book a little bit, like every social platform, like let's say we do a Facebook Live like we're doing right now, it's happening and then it'll be here for the next couple of days and it'll drop down the news feed and then eventually it just disappears and nobody will ever see it again. Whereas YouTube's like the only platform where you create something and then it grows over time because it's not just social, like I said, it's social and it's search. And that's why it's so different. Like it's different because you create something, if you create it the right way, then it sits there and it grows throughout time as opposed to everything else which seems to diminish over time. And so it gives, at least someone for me who's creating stuff, it gives me more incentive to create stuff that's nice because it lasts beyond the moment. Whereas Facebook Live, it's there for a moment and then it's gone. Whereas YouTube, it can last for for forever. I mean, like we talked about earlier, like the overcoming pornography videos, overcoming pornography addiction, like they still get hundreds and hundreds of views every single month, even though we don't even sell the product anymore, which is probably sad because you're an affiliate making money when the product was there.
Well, no, like, yeah, that video, I think I sent you a screenshot when you were doing the book. It has hundreds of clicks on there. And what it does is the content builds on each other. So like you put a video out 3 years ago, and if you keep putting content out, it's like you're going to keep getting leads. You're going to keep getting people subscribing and watching your stuff. And like you said, yeah, it just doesn't disappear. It just builds on top of each other.
Okay, I want to ask another question. This is off the questions that you sent me as pre-questions, because I'm excited about this one. I hope that's okay. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. But I think a lot of times people think YouTube strategy is like, okay, I got to make the most perfect video in the world. And you look at companies like Dollar Shave Club, right, for example, where they made this video and it goes crazy viral and then builds a huge company up and then he sells to whoever he sold for like $1 billion, right? And so we're like, okay, I've got to make the perfect YouTube video, and like people stress about it, and because of that, they never actually make something at all. Versus like you told me, in the book we shared the example, we talked about the strategy like Gillette or other things like that. We talk about that because I feel like that's a strategy that more people like me can actually do, of not like I got to make the perfect video. Instead, it's looking at it a little bit differently. We talk about how Gillette did their strategy and how we can use that as well.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When you guys are starting your YouTube channel, think of it like the first thing you want to do is really go deep in your niche, whatever you're doing. Like, so for example, Gillette, what they did was they didn't go out there and say, well, they did. They tried to make a viral video like Dollar Shave Club and it flopped, right? So what they did was they said, listen, we want to dominate for the keyword how to shave, because the people that watch how to shave videos buy our product. Right, so they did how to shave your head, how to shave your back, how to shave your legs, right? And they did all these videos that got hundreds of thousands and millions of views, and they were very targeted to their subscribers. So the thing I would tell people is figure out what your niche is, figure out what you're going to go after, and go deep in that niche, kind of like the way you explain the whole blue ocean strategy and expert secrets. Because, and the one thing you don't want to do is go and look at someone who has 1 million subscribers and then follow what they do, right? So like say you're doing, because they've already been established, they already have a huge audience. So say you're doing Amazon. Like, so what you want to do is go through Amazon and say, okay, make videos on Amazon FBA, on Amazon dropshipping, on Amazon affiliate, and then go through and hit every time anything that someone's searching for Amazon, you want to make a video on. And it doesn't have to be a perfect video. Like you said, it just has to be engaging enough, to get retention, but it doesn't have to be this high production video. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to make a video on Amazon, then make a video on how to make money online, then make a video on procrastination, and then make a video on the coronavirus, right? You want it to, if you're just starting, like you want to create like this traffic lane that YouTube knows, okay, when Joe puts a video out, it's going to be on Amazon. And then they'll start showing your video to more and more people that search, like, say, Amazon stuff. And then you can expand out from there.
Very cool. Yeah, you should go look at Gillette's. It was fun after you told me that story. I went and looked in there, and you see all the, like, there's stuff that I never would have dreamt people are looking to shave. So it's like, all right, there you go. There's a video for that now too, which is awesome. It's very cool. Okay, my next question for you is, when someone creates, like, instead of creating videos and they're posting them on YouTube and they're not getting any traction, not getting a lot of views, like, what would be the best way for someone to look at that and like, okay, here's how I tweak it or optimize it to get people to actually start watching my videos?
All right, that's a great question, because I see this all the time. Like, I see people posting their videos up there and they're getting no views and they just keep posting the same videos. So here's the thing. Think of it like this. Think of your YouTube channel. Like, say you have a store, brick and mortar store. Think of your YouTube channel as that's your storefront, right? The videos that you create are your product, and the people that view it and subscribe are your customers, right? They're raising their hand, say, I want that product. If you're putting videos out and no one's watching them or subscribing, or very little people are watching or subscribing, change up the way you're making your videos. There's something wrong with the way you're making your videos. Don't batch out your videos and just throw them out there. You have to see what videos are engaging. So what I would say is, the first thing I would start out is, like I said, find your set of keywords, right? Your content bucket. Start putting those videos out. See which videos start getting some traction, and then double down on those keywords. The other thing you want to do is constantly be testing your thumbnails. The two most important things about your video is going to be your thumbnail and your retention. You can have the best video in the world, but if your thumbnail stinks and your title doesn't have a hook, people aren't going to click on it. So the thumbnail that's like the visual hook. That's going to stop people from scrolling and say, what's happening here? So big faces, little bit of text, your title has your keyword in it, but also has your hook. And then the video, the first 30 seconds to the minute is the most important part of your video, because that's where you want to hook people, and that's where you want to keep at least 80% retention, and you want at least 50% retention all the way to the end. If you're not getting that, the best thing to do is after you shoot your video, put in call outs, put in some B-roll, kind of do some patterned interrupts to keep people visually engaged with your video. Because unlike say a podcast, when people are watching on YouTube, if you're not visually engaging them, they're going to look somewhere else.
There's like 100 different options for them to click on around the video, distraction.
Right. Like a good example of this is on your channel, you had a video up on sales funnels, and you posted a few years ago, it got a couple of thousand views. We took that same video, just added call outs and B-roll. I think that new video has 150,000 views.
Wow.
And the simple thing is even though it's amazing information, it doesn't matter who it is. Like if people aren't like visually stimulated, they're gonna go off.
Yeah. Interesting. A couple of things that I learned from you that were crazy is like the thumbnail one, like you said. We used to make these beautifully designed thumbnails, and then the click-through rate wasn't very high, and then you made these, no offense, but like these ones I'm like, and then it's like 5 times more click-throughs. I'm like, oh crap. And it was interesting at Funnel Hacking Live, Prince CA talked about that. He said that when you do a shoot, most people they do the video and then they try to find a still to make the thing. He's like, no, you bring professional photographers. He's like, that's the most important part is the thumbnail. And he says that they'll spend more time trying to get the right thumbnail image sometimes than the entire video as a whole. And so I think that's one big thing. The second thing that I learned from you that was interesting, we did 100+ episodes of our Funnel Hacker TV show, and I loved it. They were so much fun, but we never got tons of views. I'm like, why are people not loving this? And when you started looking at our stats, you're like, well, the reason why is, people watch the first little bit, and then you have like a 30-second cool intro that was like amazing. Like it was the most amazing intro of all time. Like any creator would be so proud of like this amazing intro, and then got into the content, and you show me here they are hooked, and then the intro starts, and then like people at the end that make it through that stay on, and you went from take a 30-second intro, make like a 1.5 second intro. I was like, but it's so on a TV show they have a huge intro and it's amazing, and you're like, they're not watching TV, they're sitting here with YouTube with 1,000 things around them distracting them, and you got to be focused and get to the point quick and engage them and keep them hooked. So. Yeah, things like that I think creators like me are like, oh, look at my intro, it is so long. And it's like, that is not the right move.
No, people, yeah, exactly. So the best kind of format is like a 15-second hook, 4 to 5 second branded intro, 10, 15 seconds who you are, your content, and then call to action at the end.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Joe, I appreciate you coming on, man. This is fun. Do my first live interview. I'm not the best interviewer, but you were a great guest and shared some super actionable and important things. And I think what I would recommend, we're funnel hackers here, so we're good at looking and modeling what people are doing. And so go look at our channel and look at the videos that get a lot of views and ones that don't get very many. And Joe's in there always optimizing stuff and figuring things out. But half of this whole game is looking at what's working and then be why is that working, right? That's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. We're always doing that in all aspects. Why is that working? What was the reason? And then trying it and testing and making little tweaks and changes. I would love if you shared one last thing, just because I remember the first time there was a plugin in Chrome, I think it was Chrome, that you told me to download. And I downloaded this 3 or 4 years ago. And now every time I go to YouTube, I see all the stats and it's so much fun to see all that kind of stuff. And I think most people don't even know that there's stuff tools like this available to give you all the analytics and all the detail on the video. You want to talk about any of the tools like that you use right now that people can use as well?
Yeah. So one of the ones is vidIQ is the one that I told you about, which is I love it because I do SEO. So the data in there is amazing, and everyone should get it. They have the best part about it, you can put your competitors in there. You can see what they're doing. You can see what videos are trending for them. So that's a great video. Another one I think is TubeBuddy, which is, it's okay, but if my preference is definitely vidIQ, just because it has all that data, especially if you're constantly testing and looking at stuff. It's crazy.
It'll show you your competitors' videos. This video got added X amount of people to subscribe to their channel because of this video, and then this how many views they got, how many is getting per day, and all that. You're just how are they telling me all this stuff? This is amazing. It shows you all this stuff and then you can reverse engineer from there. Like as a funnel hacker, that's what we're looking at. How do we reverse engineer things? And this gives you it's basically here's what's happening in the video. And then from there you can reverse engineer. Cool. Now I know what I need to do. What do I need to create? How do I make something better? How do I make something that's gonna beat that one out? So I get all those views coming to mine instead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, awesome, man. Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate you coming and being on the show. Everyone, if you had a good time with Joe, comment down below. Say, thank you, Joe. We love you. He's been such a huge support for me for the last it's been almost 10 years, hasn't it, since we first met?
Yeah, I think so. 2012, I think.
That's crazy. So long time and a huge help for us here inside ClickFunnels, growing our YouTube channel and helping us get the message out to more people. So grateful for you, man. Thanks for being on the show. And everyone, please comment down below and tell Joe thank you for spending time with us today.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Russell. We'll talk to you later.
All right. I'll see you, man. All right. How was that, you guys? That was fun. We should do more interviews like that. I think, though, I need a chair to sit in next time I do an interview because I was like, anyway, that's the story from the day. This is the behind the scenes portion of the show. Okay. Let's see where we're going from here. All right. Okay. All right, next in this show, we are going to be bringing up something called the JK5. What is the JK5? You guys probably don't know what that is yet, but after you read the Traffic Secrets book, which one of you guys is going to win today by sharing this video, you'll know more about the JK5. It's something I learned from Jenna Kuchar, where basically she talked about picking 5 different categories of things you're passionate about. That's what you start posting about. And so throughout the show, I'm going to be sharing videos and pictures and clips from things that I'm passionate about. So my JK5, the categories of things I care about in life most are family, funnels, faith, entrepreneurship, and personal development. And so I'm sharing some of those things with you guys today. The first one right here is this picture. And I'm sharing this picture to deal with entrepreneurship. So some background on this. This is actually a shot of me and Prince EA at Funnel Hacking Live. And if any of you guys, for all you guys who were at Funnel Hacking Live, you saw this and you saw how amazing Prince EA was. And he actually made a video with us, and then he launched it at the event, which has gone on to get tens of millions of views, which is crazy. But this is a really powerful moment for me because he's someone who I've always looked up to for a long time. My son actually downloads all of Prince EA's videos on Spotify and listens to him over and over and over again. And he didn't know, I don't think, until this moment, how much of an impact he had not only on me but also on my kids, which is more important to me than impact on myself. And I told him on stage, I said, look, like not only have you had a huge impact on me in my life, you've also had a huge impact on my son who listens to you, and you're one of the most positive influences he hears every single day. You know, he's at school getting beat up by, not physically beat up, but beat up by all the temptations and the trials and the problems with school and friends and bullies and all that kind of stuff. And then there's music to listen to that's negative sometimes, and there's TV, all these things. And then he plugs in and listens to Prince CA, and from that gets a dose of positivity and personal development in just in an amazing way. And Prince CA is someone who took his art and turned it into something that's affecting literally millions and millions of people's lives. His videos have been seen I think 3 billion times so far. And so this is one of my favorite pictures on stage with him. We had a chance to hang out, talk, and I told him a story about my son Dallin and how much of an impact he had, and we both got all choked up and just had an amazing moment. So that is what this picture is about. And if you guys like this, when I do post it on my Instagram wall, please like it, comment, and tell Prince CA that he is the man, and thank him for his contributions to me and to our community as a whole. All right, another one? All right. The next one I want to share with you guys, this is from my good friend, Mr. Dean Graziosi. And what's that? I got to flip the slide over. All right. So I got some words of wisdom from Dean Graziosi. Dean's someone who, when I was a teenager, I used to watch him. He did late night infomercials, first selling his Motor Millions program and later his real estate programs. I remember I used to watch him and take notes at night because I was so obsessed with how to sell and watching him do what he does. And he's become a dear friend and someone who I respect so much in this industry. And so this is a quote from Dean. It says, without good marketing, your ideas, actually I got it back here. Without good marketing, your ideas will be just that, good ideas. And so I think, so many of us have good ideas, right? In fact, sometimes we have too many ideas. And I don't know, I believe that God gives us all ideas, and he'll give it to me, and then if I don't do something, he gives it to somebody else. If I don't do something, he keeps giving it to somebody until somebody takes it and runs with it, right? And applies marketing to it and actually turns it into something bigger. How many times have you had an idea, and then later you're like, oh, I had the idea for Uber. Oh, I had the idea for, like, we had these ideas, right? They come to us, but some reason, like, we don't take them. And so understanding that, like, an idea is, like, they're dimes a dozen, right? Everyone's getting ideas where, like, we're getting inspiration all the time. The people who take the ideas, though, and apply good marketing to them, they're the ones who are rewarded for that. Like, you get the benefits of that, right? You have the chance to affect people's lives and change their lives. You make more money off it. Like, all the good things come when you take an idea and you apply really, really good marketing to it. And so, for all of you guys, I think that's why it's so important to become great at marketing. That's why the whole point of this show, the Marketing Secret Show, the point of all the books that we do, like all the events, everything we're doing is teaching marketing that you can apply to any business, any idea, any product, any service, and amplify your message. I feel like our goal here is to help all of you guys amplify your messages. And so understanding that without good marketing, your ideas are just that, good ideas. Thank you, Dean Graziosi, for being amazing and for sharing the word of wisdom for today. All right. All right, we're coming back to the giveaway. So, how many shares we have so far? We got a lot of people sharing this thing.
Tons of shares. Yeah.
All right, well, that's good for those who've already shared. And if you haven't shared yet, if you're just joining us right now, we are going to be giving away the box set of my brand new book, Traffic Secrets, with the rewrites of my earlier two books, all hardbound. So we've got the .com Secrets, which is your underground playbook for growing your company with sales funnels. Expert Secrets, which is the underground playbook for converting your online visitors into lifelong customers. Traffic Secrets, how to fill your funnels with your dream customers. And then Unlock the Secrets, which is a workbook that'll go with all of these. We are going to give you this away. This is the only one on the planet right now. The other ones have not been printed or shipped, so we only have one of these, and we're going to be giving away to one lucky viewer today. And so the question is, how do you win this box set? Well, the way you win it is very simple. All you got to do is, number one, share this video right now while it's live. And then number two, comment down below that you shared it, and we're going to be picking somebody live at the end of this party to win this, and you'll have the first copy of the box set, which is crazy. So please share this right now if you want to have a chance to win this, and then I can ship this thing out to you. This is like 45-pound brick of information. If you can get this into your head, you'll know everything I know. I finished the Traffic Secrets book, and I was like, I'm done. Like that's it. That's all I know. Like. There it is. So you have everything that I've learned the last decade and a half of my life, and you guys will have it. Someone's going to get it for free today just by sharing this video and commenting down below that you shared. All right. That sound good? Okay. We are back to having some fun. Okay. All right. We're now moving to the next segment of the show, which is called the Ask Russell Anything. And I need my phone for this, right?
Yes.
It is right behind you right there. Okay. So welcome to the Ask Russell Anything portion of the show, which I'm really excited for. And so what's happening in this segment of the show is we have people from our funnel hacking community who send questions to me through video, and then I'm going to respond and answer them live on the show. So if you ever have a question, you can comment down below. Our social team will let you know how to send it, but you can send questions. I'm going to be answering some live on the show today. So the first question we have today is from Mr. Josh 40. Josh, someone who I've been watching for the last couple of years, been super impressed with him and excited to have his question. I've not actually pre-listened these questions yet, so I'm going to find out live with you what his question actually is, and I'm going to respond back to it on my phone, and we'll send it to him here in a minute. So with that said, let's cue up Josh's question. Here we go.
What's up, Russell? It's Josh 40, and one of the things that you always talk about is knowing your who and knowing like where they're at, where they're located, and where they're hanging out. And so my question for you is, what are some ways that we can better understand our who and figure out where they're hanging out and where they're located so we can create content around that and target them and bring them in to our funnels? Thanks so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Josh 40, that's a great question. All right, here we go. I'm going to answer that right now live on my video. Okay. Here we go. What's up, Josh? That is an amazing question. And so it's interesting. When I first got started in this game, I remember I met a copywriter, and he told me that he got hired by a woman to write a sales letter for a female product. And as a man, he was like, well, I don't really understand my dream customer. What am I going to do? So he went, he said, well, where are my dream customers congregating at? And he found that they were, there's obviously a whole bunch of women at the hair salon. So he called the owner of the hair salon. He's like, do you mind if I come and just like hang out for the day? I promise I'm not creepy. There's a reason why I'm doing this. And he talked the person into letting him come in. So he walked in, he sat down in the hair salon, and he sat there with a notepad and like a magazine, pretending like he was like just waiting for his wife or something, and then listened. And he said he sat there for hours and hours listening to them talk about what their frustrations were, complaining, what they're excited by, like all sorts of things. And he was taking notes like crazy. And he tried to get himself in the mindset of that dream customer, even though he wasn't the dream customer. And then he came back and wrote the sales letter, gave it back to this woman, and she launched it and built a huge company based on the messaging. And so it was interesting watching that because that was someone who was trying to go after a dream customer they didn't understand. For most of our businesses, the dream customer we're serving is typically us like 5 years ago, right? Like everything I'm creating today was for little Russell 10 years ago who was trying to figure out this internet game, right? Like I would have died to have a copy of any of these books right here because like this is like the answers I was searching for. I spent a decade and a half of my life searching for those answers, right? I would have died to have ClickFunnels so I could drag and drop things and move it around. So you have to understand that like your dream customer is you like 10 years ago. So you gotta get in the mindset of like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, like what were you doing? Where were you hanging out? Where were you searching for those answers, right? Were you going to different forums? Were you on Facebook? Were you on Instagram? Were you going to live events? What books were you reading? It's getting in that mindset of like where you were back when you were your dream customer. Right? And then getting back into those things and put yourself, just like my friend went to the hair salon and sat there listening. It's the same thing. You got to go back to where you used to search for information and then sit there and listen. I still listen to probably, I don't know, an average 5 or 6 podcasts a day. Why? Like, am I trying to figure out the new biggest tip and trick to grow ClickFunnels? Yeah, I'm looking for that always. But for the most part, what I'm looking for right now is I'm listening to like, what are people saying to my dream customer? How are they saying it? What are they getting my dream customer excited by? So that I can, when I come out of the market, I'm making a video or writing a book or talking about something, I know the language that they're hearing. I understand what the frame that they're entering this conversation through, and now I can adjust how I'm talking based on that, right? If I know that my dream customer is listening to this podcast, I'm gonna go listen to it. Even if I'm not trying to get something new, I'm trying to understand what they're hearing so I can cater my message to that, right? What blogs am I listening? What podcasts? Like what Facebook groups? What people are they following? What books are they reading? Like I'm immersing myself less right now in my journey to learn the next new thing, and more so to understand what my dream customer is being exposed to, so that I can either navigate around that, I can shift the message, I can change it, and that's really the biggest goal. So look back in time to where you were 3 or 4 years ago, and figure out where you were at, what you were doing, what you were thinking, what you were reading, what you were listening to. Get back in that state of mind and start paying attention, and that'll help you to understand who your dream customer is. And after you understand that, it's easy because you're already sitting now hanging out where they're at. Now it's like, hey, I'm hearing this message, let me buy ads. I'm buying ads on those podcasts. I'm buying ads on those blogs, on those Facebook pages, whatever it might be, because now you're congregating where they're at anday, and you'll know exactly how to navigate and bring them to where you are today. Hope that helps, man, and I appreciate all the good you are doing in the world. Thanks, man. That was fun. All right, there you go. It's question number 1 from Josh40. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. And hopefully all you guys at home got something good from that as well. If you did, please comment down below and be like, that was awesome. Or if you're like, that was lame, I don't like that, Russell. Like, actually, don't comment that. Yeah, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. All right, question number 2. Next is from Alex Lombard. Alex, I'm excited to hear your question. Again, I've not pre-heard these questions, so I'm excited to listen to it and then to respond back here in real time. So here we go, Alex.
Russell, what's going on, brother? Alex Lombard here from Vision Wall, and I had a question for you around webinar show rate. My question is, what are some of the top things that you've seen in the last 6 months to 12 months when it comes to getting people who register for a webinar to actually show up? What are you doing to increase the show rate on your actual live webinars? I would love to hear that. Thank you so much. Talk soon.
All right. Great question from Alex. All right, here we go. What's up, Alex? Thank you for the question. Totally appreciate it. And it's interesting because I think everyone's looking for what's the new trick or the new hack or the new sneaky thing that gets more people to show up. And the reality is the reason why people show up to a webinar 100% is because of curiosity. That's it. It's crazy. We last year, one of my inner circle members, they had a webinar, and their registration rate was super low and their show up rate was super low. And all we did is we tweaked the headline to make it more curiosity driven, and their cost per lead went down, their conversion rate went up, and their show up rate doubled just by making more curiosity. So the question isn't what's the new magic trick, the software tool that's going to text them better to get them to come in. It's how do you create more raw curiosity and desire to get somebody to come on? I think sometimes we get lazy in our old age and think oh, well, because I have a webinar, people are going to show up. It's no. There's a lot of webinars to choose from. Think about TV when you're on Netflix, flipping through all different channels. Why do you watch one show versus the other? Something grabs you that makes you curious. And you're man, there's literally 8 billion hours of content here. I'm going to watch that one. Why? Something drew you in. And so that starts from the very, very beginning, from your ad. Your ad needs to increase, take the curiosity you have right now and dramatically increase it to get people I have to know what this is. I have to block this out of my calendar or I'm going to miss it, right? Then the landing page, increase the curiosity, right? And then if you have a warm-up sequence, have some registers before they show up. We used to call these indoctrination sequences. Garrett White calls them a pre-seduction sequence, which makes it even like more curiosity, more like interesting. Like how are you seducing your person to make them want to show up, right? And so I don't think that the next big breakthrough in getting people to show up to webinar is a technological thing. I think it's coming back to the basics, coming back to curiosity, seduction, indoctrination, whatever you want to call it. It gets people where it's like, because think about yourself, like how many times did you register for a webinar? Like, oh, cool. Like if I, that sounds cool. Maybe I'll show up, or maybe I'll catch the replay, and you register and you forget about it, right? Versus the times when you register for one and you're like, I have to be there, and you go to your calendar and you block it in your calendar and you anxiously wait for that. What's the difference? The difference has nothing to do with the actual content on the webinar. It has everything, the text message that comes through 15 minutes before, the all the different things. It has to do with like, I have to know what he's talking about because I can't guess it from the headline. I can't figure it out. It seems different. Like I need this, I need to figure out what that thing is. And so whatever you can do to take the curiosity and just ramp it up 100 times, that's going to do more for you than any other magical, technical thing. It all comes down to curiosity. So hope that helps, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for sending your question, and good luck with your next webinar. Boom, there we go. The webinar traffic seekers. You guys like that one? If you got something good out of it, please comment down below. I'm going to be spending all night tonight reading through all these comments because it's Friday night. My birthday's this weekend, so I'm going to hang out and just read comments. So if you liked it, just let me know. I'd love to hear. All right. Okay, we're moving back into the JK5. I've got another picture for you. All right. This picture right here has 100% to do with funnels. So this is a picture at Funnel Hacking Live. You guys notice I'm wearing a suit jacket. I've only worn a suit jacket like a couple times in my life, and this was one of them right here on stage. And inside the lining it said Funnel Hacker, which is kind of cool. But this is me introducing to the world the new Traffic Secrets book. It was the first time we actually had a physical copy. In fact, we all showed them the box set, and this is the box set right here that we showed them. So I showed everybody like this is the funnel, and it's interesting because a lot of times people think the funnel is just like, I have a funnel that's live. And it's like, no, the funnel is like the thing that converts somebody into a visitor, but the campaign of the funnel is how you get people excited, right? All the things you're doing up to it, right? Like building the hype and the promotion. Like you think about when a new movie comes out, right? When, I don't know what the big movies are right now. Like they didn't just like, the movie doesn't just show up in the theaters, right? There's all the pre-work to get somebody into the funnel, right? Getting excitement, creating desire, creating anticipation, curiosity, excitement, right? There's trailers on TV. There's all the actors are on talk shows going around telling their story, showing little clips of that, all this stuff to increase the excitement for the actual thing, right? And so for me, this is me getting ready and getting more people excited about coming to the Traffic Seekers funnel. Like we have, anyway, the waiting list right now at trafficseekers.com for people to be able to get access to the book is insanely big. And it's all because of all the things we're doing ahead of time to get people excited about the funnels that are coming up. So that's this pictures right here, me at Funnel Hacking Live showing off the new Traffic Secrets book. All right. Now we've got some word of wisdom. All right, one of the people that I quoted a lot inside the Traffic Seekers book is my friend Perry Belcher. Perry's one of the co-founders of Digital Marketer, one of the smartest people I've ever met in this business, and definitely the funniest. So I tell a lot of stories about Perry inside Traffic Seekers because I've learned so many good things from him. But this is one word of wisdom I got from him that is inside the book that I think you're going to love inside the Traffic Seekers book, but just something really powerful. So when I first met Perry, but when I first saw Perry socially, it was back when Twitter became the thing, right? Some of you guys don't remember back that far. And he was out there doing Twitter, growing it really fast. And then at the backside of that, they ended up doing this big webinar and did, I don't know how much money, millions of dollars in sales at this webinar. And at the same time, I was using Twitter and I was trying to like market to my Twitter following and making $0. And I remember like, as an introvert, I didn't understand social media. I was confused. I was not having success with it. I was failing. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. Like I want to go back to just hardcore buying ads, direct mail, and phone calls. And then I asked Barry, I was like, how in the world have you had so much success on Twitter and all the social platforms? And he told me something that didn't make sense to me at the time, but since then has become huge for me. He said, social networking is not about making money, it's about making friends. Okay, and he talked about how like when you go to a party, it's funny because he's like, you know, when you go to a networking party, I'm like, no, I'm an introvert, I don't go to networking parties. He's like, well, this is how it works. He's like, the guy who walks into the room and starts talking about themselves and trying to pitch their product to everyone shuns them and kind of hides them. Like you avoid that person. Like everyone knows who that guy is, right? Like, there's the guy. The person who becomes the life of the party, who comes in there and tells stories, makes friends, introduces each other, and like makes connections and connects people, and it's like in there being social, like that's the person who wins the game, right? And so that's how social media works. You go in there and you do that. So he taught me that like social networking is not about just making money and spamming your links out there, which is what a lot of you guys are doing. I watch you all the time. It's about going in there and providing value, making friends. And when you do that the right way, then the followers, the fans, the money, the cash, the traffic, all the other stuff will follow it. And so that's one lesson from Perry I learned. I go into a lot more detail of it inside the Traffic Secrets book. But thank you, Perry, for your words of wisdom today. For all you guys understanding that that's what social media is all about. It's not about making money, it's about making friends, which will then eventually turn into money. All right. If you like that, tell Perry down below. Say, Perry, you're the man, and tag him. So he'll come and watch as well. All right, let's come back to our giveaway. So right now we got tons of you guys sharing, and I appreciate all the shares. But someone today is going to be winning this box set of the Secrets Trilogy, which is .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, Traffic Secrets, and the workbook that nobody else has seen yet called Unlock the Secrets. So right now we only have one of these on this planet, and this is it. And we're going to be giving it away at the end of today's show. And the way you win it is really simple. All you do is follow 2 steps. Can you follow 2 steps? There's just 2. Not 4, not 6, just 2. Step number 1, there's a little share button somewhere. You click share, and then you share this on your Facebook page or on your wall or however that works, right? Then number 2, you come back and be like, Russell, I just shared it. I want to win the thing, and like tell me why or how you want to win it, and that's it. And then Melanie's going to be picking a winner here at the end, and somebody's going to win this box set, and you will be the first person to get your hands on the .com Expert, Traffic, and Unlock. We sent a couple of the Traffic Secrets out to my Dream 100, and people will be promoting this, but nobody has seen the new version of .com Secrets or Expert Secrets. So you'll be the first ever, which is crazy. And no one's seen the Unlock Secrets book. So somebody here is going to be getting this, and the only way to get it is by sharing this and commenting. Can people share more than once?
Oh, yeah, they can share it to groups and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, share it to your groups, business pages, share it to your personal. You should tweet about it. You should TikTok about it. How many?
We have 275. Let's get to 300.
We have 275 shares. Okay, we gotta get to 300 at least. We need at least 25. We got what? We got 400 people on right now. Come on, you guys. You got to share this thing because this is the gift. You don't have to do anything. You just share it. And like, hey, I'm watching this crazy show right now. You guys can watch it if you want to learn how to market grow your company, and people will come, and it'll be awesome. So that's the game plan right now. All right, share away. Okay, moving on to the next segment of the show. Alrighty, we're gonna be going into a top 10 list. So right now we're gonna go into a top 10 list, top 10 ways to drive traffic into your sales funnel. Now all these are ways that we talk about inside the Traffic Secrets book. Obviously I go into a lot more detail in the book. I don't have as much time, so I'm gonna go through these kind of fast. I'm gonna go through 10 different ways to get people into your sales funnel, to get the wheels in your head spinning, so that hopefully you'll start driving more traffic into your funnels, and hopefully you get excited about getting your copy of the Traffic Secrets book when it goes live here in a little while. Okay, so top 10 ways to drive traffic into your sales funnel. Number 1, you have to identify who is your dream customer. One of the biggest problems people have is they think the traffic's some magical, mystical thing. It's not. It's human beings, okay? And if you get the wrong human beings into your business, you will be miserable, okay? And so the very first exercise I have you do inside of, I believe, the .com Secrets book is identify who is it you actually want to serve. And so when I got started, in the ClickFunnels business, before I had a business earlier that I was not happy with, the first thing I did, I said, okay, if I was to design my dream customer, what would they look like? And went to Google, I typed in a whole bunch of keywords, like they would be successful, they'd be awesome, and I wrote these things out. And then from there, I went to Google Images and I found 2 images, okay? And these are my actual customer avatars. I had these pictures printed on my wall for a long time. This was my avatar of Julie. I have no idea if this is actually you should say hi. Like, I've been watching you on my wall for the last 5 or 6 years. We built ClickFunnels. But this is Julie. She's my dream customer. And this is Mike, my dream customer. I have no idea if the real name is Julie or Mike, but when I looked at them, I was like, these are the people I would love to hang out with. And so I said, I'm going to design my company around these kind of people, right? So I had a picture on the wall of them, and I said, as we're building stuff, like, okay, would Mike want this? Would he think that was cool? Would Julie actually buy this? Okay, if I did this, like, what would they want in the experience? We started looking at everything through that lens of my dream customers. That's step number 1. Step number 2, after you know exactly who your dream customers are, where are they hiding? Where are they hanging out online? The coolest thing about the internet is that people are self-congregating themselves all over the place, right? Like I know for me, there's different congregations I'm part of. Like there's the wrestling congregation. So me and all the wrestlers in the world are hanging out on like 3 different websites, right? I'm also into biohacking. So me and all the biohackers on like 3 different websites over here. And you've got like the marketers over here, the salespeople over here. Like people are self-congregating. So you got to figure out who's your dream customer, and then where in the world, where are these people congregating? What are the websites they're on? And that's step number 2, right? And then we're gonna throw our hooks out and grab them and get them and pull them into our funnels. Step number 1, who's your dream customer? Step number 2, where are they hiding? Step number 3, now that you know where they're hiding, right? Now you gotta figure out, how do I work my way in? So for example, let's say I know that all my dream customers are listening to this podcast, right? Like my favorite podcast is the Mixergy podcast. So I'll use that as an example. So Andrew Warner's got a really good podcast. And on that podcast, I know my dream customers are listening. So how do I get it? How do I get on his podcast? What can I do? How can I work my way in? So I figure out, I get to know Andrew. I send him gifts in the mail. I call him on the phone. I call his producer. I say, hey, can I be on the show? Like, here's a show idea. Here's another show idea. And suddenly, hopefully he says yes. And boom, I'm on the show. Now I'm working my way in to my dream customers. Okay, this is a free traffic strategy that anybody can use. It's so simple. It's so easy. We drive hundreds of thousands of people every single year by doing nothing but free traffic strategies like this, where I find out where's my dream customer and how do I work my way in to go present in front of them. Okay, and podcasting is the easy way. Blogging, Facebook Lives, there's easy ways to do that in any community. Okay, that's step number 3. Step number 4, now that you know where they are, how do you buy your way in? Okay, Mixergy is another good example. I've been on the podcast 3 times now, I believe. So I've worked my way in, but guess what else? We also buy ads on the podcast. Like, my dream customers are listening, let me buy ads. We buy ads, throw hooks in there and try to get our people and pull them into our world. Same thing with Entrepreneur on Fire with John Lee Dumas. Okay, JLD's podcast is awesome. I've worked my way in. We also buy ads on it. Okay, Facebook. When we launched the Expert Secrets book right here, I did a Facebook Live to Tony's audience. I worked my way in, and then we also bought ads to Tony's followers, and I bought my way in, right? So we work our way in and we buy our way in. The third thing is that as you're working your way in, you're buying your way in, your goal of like getting all this traffic is to convert it from traffic that you're either buying or that you're working your way in into traffic that you own. The traffic you own is your own email list, okay? This is the most powerful, most important, most vital type of traffic is your own email list, okay? So I'm always trying to build my list. When I'm on the podcast, I'm sending people somewhere to go to join my list, right? I'm buying ads, I'm sending them somewhere to join my list. So all my focus point goes on converting traffic, all the other kinds of traffic into traffic that I own, my own email list. Then after I'm on my email list, that takes us to step number 5, which is now I take them through what we call a follow-up funnel, okay? So again, come back here. Traffic that we earn, right? So I'm earning my traffic. Here I'm controlling traffic and buying. I'm putting them into front-end funnels where I get these people to become a list. They join my list. Now they're traffic that I own. And from here I can send emails and I can send them to my front-end funnels. I can send them to my upsells. I can send them to my back-end funnels, right? And so my follow-up funnels, after I own the traffic, then I go and I send them to all the funnels here inside of my value ladder. Okay, that is the magic of having a list. Over here, I got to work really hard to get the traffic. Here, I have to pay for it. But over here, I just log into my ClickFunnels account. I send an email, and boom, the email goes out. Boom, and it sends to the next person, and this doesn't cost me any extra money. This is all free marketing where everything you make is pure profit. Okay, that's step number 6, follow-up funnels. Step number 7, then leveraging the big platforms like Instagram, Facebook, right? I go to Instagram and I can buy ads, I can do partnerships with people, I can get them to promote me, have a link that then pushes people into my page to build my following as well, and then from there I can drive people into my different funnels. Same thing with Facebook, actually Facebook Messenger. So I can have a Facebook Messenger bot on my fan page where someone comes in and they join, now they're on my messenger list, right? I can have it on my squeeze pages where someone comes and asks for the email address. I also have them send it to Messenger, and it adds them to my messenger list. Now I have a messenger list I can send people to and push them into all my different funnels and my websites. Okay, next is Google. How do we get ranked organically on Google? And I wish I could spend a year on this. We have a whole chapter inside of the Traffic Secrets book about this. But basically, I'm going out and I'm finding who's already ranking, and then reverse engineering what they did to get to that spot, and then we go back and we reverse engineer it. We build a better skyscraper. Again, there's a whole technique that I could go into, but we don't have all day. It goes deep into Traffic Secrets book though, but we build a better skyscraper. We reverse engineer the linking strategy. We get that and we can bypass them and start getting the traffic that was going to them to start coming to us instead. Okay, and then the last one here is YouTube. YouTube is such a powerful platform. It's the only platform where you create something and it grows over time, right? Think about Facebook or Instagram. You create something and it drops in the feed and goes lower and lower to the point where it just disappears pretty much forever. Whereas YouTube, you create a video and you figure out the keywords people are searching for. You create that video, post it, and over time it grows. It gets more and more and more views, which is why we spend so much time creating amazing YouTube videos, because I know that the effort that goes into creating one doesn't just die after a couple of days. It actually grows throughout time. We have videos we posted 10 years ago that still get traffic to this day. And so YouTube is the last of the 10 steps on how to drive traffic into your funnels. So affiliates are people who already have your dream customers on their list, right? And so like when we're launching the Traffic Secrets book right now, we have tons of people who already have email lists, they already have Facebook followings, they already have Instagram followings, they have these things. And so we're asking them to promote the book, and then we pay them a percentage of all the sales that they make. And so having affiliates is one of the best ways to drive traffic into any funnel. In fact, the first 5 or 6 years of my business, this is how I focused most of my traffic was just on affiliates. I wasn't buying ads, I wasn't doing things. I was just focusing on building partnerships with people who had lists and then getting them to promote our products and our services and grow our companies. All right. You guys liking this? You guys liking this so far? If you are, comment down below, let us know. I'm going to be reading all the comments here in a minute. If you haven't shared yet, we're going to be giving away the box set here in a minute, but you got to make sure you share it.
To 365 shares.
Yeah.
Dang, that's like 100 shares in the last few minutes. Thank you guys. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. It means the world to me. Everyone who shares, John's going to come to your house and bake you. No, that's not going to happen. You should have John. John's an amazing cook.
Lights.
Yeah.
65. One a day?
One a day for next year. John will be at your house. His wife doesn't know yet, but it'll be awesome. All right. Moving on to the next of my JK5. So again, my categories I care the most about in life are family, funnels, faith, entrepreneurship, and personal development. I want to share with you guys another picture. This is a picture at the talking about faith. And I know faith sometimes in business, people get nervous talking about and sharing it, but it has such a huge role. I definitely believe that for all of us, our businesses are calling from God, and that we've been called to serve a certain group of people, and that the products and the services that we create, if we do it right, will change their lives. And so I'm a big believer in that, and I feel like, man, so many times in my life I've been inspired and led to do this, right? This work I'm doing right now is not something that came off the top of my head. So much inspiration. So many times you're sitting there praying, hoping for an idea, and an idea pops in your head and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I see the path forward right now. And so this is a picture at our recent Two Comma Club cruise. I spoke on stage. I do a midnight mastermind where I stay up all night, and it's really, really fun. So I do the midnight mastermind, and afterwards, this guy came up and he thanked me for our service and said, do you mind if I pray with you? And I was like, I would love that. And so we sat down and we prayed over people we serve, the work we were doing, how we're trying to help people, and it was a really powerful moment. I didn't realize they caught on camera till later. And the funniest thing about this picture, if you notice, I have bare feet on. I literally did the entire Midnight Mastermind presentation in my jammies, which was a lot of fun. So there's a picture about faith and how important it is to our businesses. Don't forget that, because if you ask for help and guidance, he'll give it to you. I promise you that. All right. Next, we've got words of wisdom. All right, this is probably one of my favorite quotes that I found in the last year of my life as I was doing the Traffic Secrets book. It's from someone who is a Boise entrepreneur as well. He's built an amazing company called ConvertKit. Some would look at us as competitors, but I look at him as a friend, Nathan Barry. And Nathan wrote a blog post, and the title of the blog post was "Endure Long Enough to Get Noticed." And it was amazing. I'll share a little part of the blog post. He said, how many great TV shows have you discovered in season 3 or later? I started watching Game of Thrones after they had released 5 seasons. Pat Flynn had released at least 100 episodes of his podcast before I even knew he existed. And he goes on and on talking about that and says that sometimes there's so much content being produced that what we do as humans is oftentimes we wait for the best stuff to rise to the top. And so for all of you guys who are right now and you're starting this journey and you're producing content and you're posting a blog or videos or you're vlogging or you're doing a podcast, whatever it is, and right now people aren't listening, that's okay. The key is to be consistent with it, okay? Because consistency is the key. You got to endure long enough to get noticed. When I launched my podcast, I launched at the back end of a business failure. I literally had let go 80 people that were working for me at the time, and I remember being depressed and sad and not knowing what to do anything, and all of a sudden I felt this pull of you need to start a podcast. I'm like, what? This is the worst time to start a podcast. And it's like, yeah, you should talk about marketing. I'm like, am I a good marketer? I just laid off 80 people. I'm probably the worst marketer of all time. But I felt this pull of you need to start this podcast. And so at the time I started it while I was driving to work every day. So it was called the Marketing in Your Car podcast. I would click record, I would drive to work and back, and I would just record this podcast as I was driving. And it's funny because I didn't know how to check stats the first couple of years, luckily, and probably 2 or 3 years into it, I had no idea if people were listening, and I don't think they were at first. And eventually, we got stats hooked up to it, and I found out later that we had tons of people listening, but it wasn't at first. And in fact, I remember Stephen Larson. Stephen Larson's a big, he's been following us for a long time, and he told me when he first started working for us, he said, I listened to probably the first 45, 50 episodes of your podcast. He's like, they weren't very good. And then about 46, 47, you started to find your voice and you started to figure it out. And it made me think, I was like, man, I'm so grateful that I didn't know how many people were listening at first, because if I would have, I probably would have quit. And I wouldn't have found my voice. I wouldn't have found my people. My people wouldn't have been able to find me. And so for you got to start publishing and start doing it. And at first it's going to be hard. No one's going to be listening. But this is your chance for you to find your voice, for you to figure out your message. And the more you do it, it gives your people a chance to actually find you. So once again, thank you, Nathan Barry, for this quote. Endure long enough to get noticed. One of my favorite quotes, and something I think all of us should be thinking about as we're publishing, especially during times when it's hard and you feel like nobody's actually listening. All right. You love that quote, post and tag Nathan Barry down below. All right, we're talking about the giveaway again. For those you don't know, we had 100 more shares after last time. So how many of you guys want this shipped to your house before anybody else? Who wants the very first copy ever? I could probably sign. Should I sign it? Should we add some Should we add some fuel? All right, this is okay. Okay, Melanie said I'm going to sign each of the books and the. How do you sign the box? We'll figure out a way. I will spam this thing with my signature everywhere if that's something you actually want. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just up at the ante. We're making it a little bit sexy here. So this is the way it works. We're gonna give away one of these boxes at the end of today's show. And the way it's simple. There's 2 steps. Step number 1, you've got to share this presentation live right now while it's live. And step number 2, after you've shared it, then you got to tap or comment down below and just let us know that you shared it. That way we're gonna sync. We're gonna look at all the shares, the comments, sync it up, and then Melanie's gonna pick a winner here before the show is done. So you gotta hurry, because we're more than halfway through the show, I think. So if you don't hurry up, you're gonna miss out your opportunity to win the signed box. Not only is it the first box set of all time, it's the only one that's signed of all time. So I'm probably never gonna sign another box after this one. You can probably sell on eBay for like $50 or something. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's how you do it. So share it and then comment down below. Let us know when you have shared it. Does that sound good, you guys?
Sounds awesome.
All right, very, very cool. I'm talking really fast. Just give me a second to catch my breath. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, everybody, this is Russell Brunson. Welcome back. Right now, we're going to be doing a training session called The Classroom. We're walking us through some really, really cool stuff. So what we're going to talk about today is Affiliate Marketing 101. And this is not like how to be an affiliate. This is how to get affiliates to promote you. So how to fill your funnel with these free traffic secrets, which is really, really fun and exciting. Again, when I started my business, I didn't do it by buying Facebook ads and buying Google ads and buying YouTube ads. I didn't know how to do all that kind of stuff at first. I did it by finding affiliates and getting them to promote my products. So if anyone's looking for free traffic, this is the best way to get free traffic that I know of. Okay, so affiliates army. Like, what is affiliates? Affiliates are people who love your product, love your service, and they decide that they're going to promote it for you, right? They may already have an email list. They have a big follower on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or something, and they can go and they can promote it for you. So your job is to figure out who are the affiliates, who are the people I need to go find who already have my dream customers who can talk about my product or my service, okay? And when I first got started in this game, man, this is probably almost 15 years ago now. This is before I had any kind of business. I remember I was trying to learn this game. And I'm sure some of you guys are in that spot right now. You're trying to learn, you're trying to figure things out. And I was trying to learn traffic, and it was confusing to me. I don't understand. There was PPC and SEO and all these things back then that everyone was doing to get traffic. And I remember that one day I was in this marketing forum, back before people used Facebook groups. It was a forum. And I'm in this forum, and someone asked the question, of all the ways to drive traffic, which one is the best? I remember seeing that and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's my question too. Like I don't have time to learn all of them. Like, what's the best one to learn? So I logged into the question and started reading all the responses, and it was so crazy because one person came and said the best way in the world is Google pay-per-click, and someone else, no, that's the worst. Like the best is SEO, and they're like, oh, well, that's good, but this type of SEO, and like, no, you should be doing cloaking versus this, and like all these things, and everyone's fighting over it. I'm just like, this is amazing, watching all these traffic people fight over the best way to get traffic. And I'm watching like thread after thread after thread, and all of a sudden, one person came in and dropped the mic. And it was the owner of the forum, probably the wealthiest guy who was in the group at the time. And he came in there and he posted a really short thing. He said, I rely on my own network of affiliates. I remember reading that. At first I didn't get it. I was like, what? I rely on my network of affiliates. And I read it again and again, and all of a sudden like the light bulb hit. I was like, oh my gosh. I can go out there and I can learn how to do solo ads. I can learn how to send emails. I can build emails. I can learn SEO. I can learn PPC. I can learn all these things. Or what if I went out and said, who already is really good at banner ads? What if I found that person and I said, hey, I'll pay you a percentage of all the sales if you do banner ads for me? Maybe I find 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 guys doing that. I just 10x my efforts. I didn't have to learn anything. Maybe I find the person who's really good at PPC. Instead of me learning PPC, let me find people who are already good at it and pay them a commission on every sale they make. And SEO, and the same thing. And like, that was the light bulb for me. And I said, okay, I'm not going to focus on new traffic strategies. I'm going to focus on like finding those people who I can make my affiliates. Okay. And so this is something to understand. When you have an army of affiliates selling your products or services, you don't have to be good at everything. Okay? You can get an army of affiliates to promote your products and your services with whatever type of traffic they're the best at, right? The thing that they're most passionate about. Okay. All right. So this is how it works. Step number 1, you got to go recruit your army of affiliates. Okay. This comes back to a concept we call the Dream 100. I spent a lot of time in the new Traffic Secrets book talking about the Dream 100. But that's the first phase, is like identifying who are the people who already have your customers. Okay. And if you don't know yet, like, now's the time to start looking. Like, go online and start Googling all the keywords that your dream customers with Google, and then join the email list, follow the Facebook, the fan pages, join the groups, tie yourself into all the places that your dream customer is probably going, and like weave your way in there. And also you start seeing like, oh my gosh, this person's sending emails selling products similar to mine. Oh my gosh, this person's got a blog on page number 1 in Google for all the keywords that I would have searched for. Oh my gosh, this person is good at SEO or PPC, whatever it is. You start finding those people. So step number 1 is you got to find them and you got to recruit them. Okay, that means good old-fashioned getting to know people, which I get it for those who are my introverts. I'm super introverted as well. Scares me to death to call people on the phone, but this is something that's worthwhile. I'll hit them up on Facebook Messenger, or DM them, I'll call them on the phone, I'll send them pizzas in the mail. Like, I've done all sorts of crazy things to be able to recruit my affiliates and get to know them, because people promote the people they have relationships with. So you need to get relationships with those affiliates who are part of your Dream 100. Okay, Tim Ferriss, when he wrote the 4-Hour Workweek, I tell the story in the Traffic Secrets book. It was interesting. He spent a year, like as he was writing the book, he spent a year going out and meeting all the bloggers and getting to know them, and became friends with them, and built his relationship with all these bloggers. And when they'd ask him, like, what do you do for a living? He's like, oh, I'm writing a book, but and that was he kind of brushed it off. And then as the book got done, he sent his book to all these bloggers he built relationships with over the last year and said, here's my new book. If you like it, I love if you wrote a blog post on launch day. If not, that's really cool. He sent that out, and people read the book and they loved it. And day 1 launch day, he had hundreds of the top bloggers in the world all write blog post reviews about his book, and the book went on to become a New York Times bestseller and built Tim Ferriss, who is one of the biggest influencers in the world right now. But it all came off of him spending a year recruiting his army of affiliates, sending them out stuff to get to know them and build up relationships. Okay, so step number 1, you got to identify your Dream 100 and recruit them. Step number 2, you actually make them an affiliate. Okay, so inside of ClickFunnels, if you have a ClickFunnels account, Backpack is the tool you can use that builds an affiliate program. Okay, so any funnel you have selling a product, you just hook a Backpack to it, and what happens is your affiliates can log in and they can go and grab a link right here, and then they can promote it. You can put sample emails for them, sample banner ads, things like that. They can go grab it, they can promote it, and then when they make a sell through their link, the Backpack software will track it, and each month you can log in. It says, okay, here's all the affiliates you need to send money to. You click a button, it'll send PayPal payments out to everybody, pays all the affiliates, and that's how the affiliate platform works. So we call that Backpack inside of ClickFunnels. But after you find the affiliates, then you got to make them an affiliate. It's really easy to do inside your ClickFunnels account. And then step number 3, you have to give them a reason to promote. Why should they promote? Why should they promote today versus tomorrow? Okay, good affiliates are getting hit up by everybody in the world to promote. So why should they promote your products? A couple reasons. Number 1, people like to promote something that's new, a new launch, right? They get excited about the newness of it, so have a new launch. Number 2 is some people like, I don't like doing a launch, so you can turn it into a rolling launch. It's like, hey, week number 1, you're going to be the affiliate that promotes this. Then week number 2, it'll be you. And week number 3, and you pick different affiliates and do one little mini launch to each person's list one at a time. Okay, and then the third reason is that people love new stuff, right? So sometimes you can go to an affiliate and maybe they're not going to promote your thing, but make something new with them. Like, hey, how about you take your superpower, my superpower, we make a product together, and let's promote it to our people that way. And all of a sudden now you got something co-created that you can create new together to give them a reason to want to promote as well. Okay, step number 4, now after you've done that, now you got to train your affiliates, okay? Really good affiliates are lazy because they make so much money they don't even care. And really bad affiliates don't know how to do it. So you got to, either way, you need an affiliate training center, which are really easy to build inside ClickFunnels. This is what our affiliate training centers look like. You come in here and an affiliate can quickly come in here and get links to all the banner ads. You can have videos training them. You can teach people how to run Facebook ads, how to run banner ads, how to do SEO. Like, you can train affiliates who don't know what they're doing yet, and then you make the training center, makes it super simple for your existing affiliates just to go in there, grab what they need, paste it, post it, and they can be on their way. So that's step number 4, is training your affiliates. And step number 5 then is you actually pay your affiliates. And people always ask me, well, how much do I have to pay my affiliates? I want to pay them as little as possible because they want to keep more money. You don't understand, like, you never want to take away commissions from a salesperson, right? I want to give people the biggest commissions possible. So when we launched ClickFunnels, looked at all the other software companies, most of them were paying like 15 or 20% affiliate commission. I was like, okay, let's double that. So we did 40% affiliate commission, which no one had ever heard of before, right? And then we did the dream car bonus. We're actually paying people's dream cars when they promote. And we tried to make it as lucrative as possible so that affiliates would promote us instead of our competitors. And what was crazy is that when we first got started, there were a bunch of competitors who had a lot of affiliates, and we came in and paid more, and we converted higher, and all the affiliates shifted from those other companies and started promoting us instead. Okay, and so the more you can pay your affiliates, the better. I typically try to pay my affiliates 50% of what we actually make on a product. So if I'm selling a digital product where it's 100% digital, I may pay 50-50 commissions. If it's a physical product, let's say I've got an e-commerce product where I've got to pay 20% is the hard cost for the product, then I'll take the 20% off the top and I'll split whatever's left over 50-50, right? I like to pay my affiliates at least that much. Sometimes though, when we have something like a book or a front-end funnel, we may pay affiliates more. In fact, when we launched both the .com Secrets book and the Expert Secrets book, we paid affiliates $20 to give away a free book, where someone paid $7.95 shipping handling. We were paying affiliates $20. We actually lost money. We were paying 200% commission on it because we knew that they were going to buy the product. And some people bought upsells and downsells, and it made it so we can, we did break even. And then eventually people bought ClickFunnels in the back, and that's how we made our money. So step number 5 is figuring out how to compensate your affiliates to motivate them to want to be able to promote. And so that, you guys, is how you build an affiliate program, which is, again, one of the easiest, most powerful ways to get more traffic into all of your funnels. All right. We're back with some more pictures. You guys ready for some more? Okay. All right. Next, I want to show you guys a picture of my beautiful wife, Colette. This is the night before Funnel Hacking Live. We went on a riverboat, and this is a picture of us, and it's fun because we got all dressed up, and I don't normally wear suit jackets at all, let alone white suit jackets, but they had me all dressed up nice, and this is my wife and I, Colette. And it's interesting, I posted a quote the other day. I said, you can only be as successful as your spouse will allow you to be. And people were like, why should you rely on your spouse? I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying life is hard, right? Like, if you want to be successful in the business, like, unfortunately, that's not the only thing in your life. You have business, you have life, you have health, you have family, you have kids, you have religion, you have, like, there's so many things, right? People ask all the time, how are you able to juggle so many things at the same time? And the reason why is because I have an amazing support system. I have an amazing wife who allows me to do those things. I have a wife who, like, when I'm like, I got to go to Nashville for a week to teach the entrepreneurs, she's like, okay, I can watch the kids, or I'm going to get someone to watch the kids. I'm going to come support you, right? I have a wife who is amazing at those kind of things. And so, and the same thing is true for you. Like, you can only be as successful as your spouse or your significant other will allow you to be. Otherwise, it's always pulling at you. It's hard to do the things you need to do. Otherwise, if you're not careful, you have a very lopsided life. I've seen some people who are really successful in business and every other part of their life sucks, right? Or people have great families, but they're broke. And it's like, how do you have balance? How do you find things? And you can't do it by yourself. It's by finding amazing people, building a support network around you. And it all starts initially with your spouse or significant other. And so I'm so grateful for my wife, Colette, who has allowed me to chase my dreams and follow my dreams and do the things that I've wanted to do. Super grateful for her. I love her. And this is a cool picture of me and her right before Funnel Hacking Live that kicked off last year. All right, next we got a word of wisdom. Okay, I'm gonna share this one. This is one I have an inner circle program, and it's paused right now, but we had it open for a couple of years, and we would everyone in my inner circle would come twice a year here to Boise, Idaho. And one of the couples that joined were Nick and Amanda Bailey. And they joined and just hit it off with them really, really quickly. And when they were first speaking, I remember Nick said something on stage. Nicholas, he said, our mess becomes our message. And I'd never heard that before. I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but I got it from him. And so I always give him credit for it. But he said that, and it was interesting because I started thinking about, like, in all of our lives, right, we have these callings, we have a business, we have a thing we're trying to do. And what's interesting is that most of us, like, the thing that we're trying to do, it actually, typically it's not, it's not like the thing that we're the, how do I say it? We are like who our dream customers were 5 or 6 years ago, right? So I think about, for example, one example is Stacy and Paul Martino, one of my favorite couples in the funnel hacker community. Back, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, they were struggling in their marriage. They were on the brink of divorce. Everything was falling apart around them, and they were in a mess. And they figured out a way to not only solve the problem, to fix it and to make it better. And so they did that. And then instead of just like being, cool, our marriage is happy, now let's leave, they're like, man, we learned some tools, we learned some things that can really change people's lives. What if we shared this with other people? and they started that, and their business became their message. Their mess became their message. I think about my own life, like, why am I teaching this stuff? Why am I so passionate about marketing? It's like, well, when I got started, that was the part I couldn't understand. Like, I wanted to make money, I wanted to grow a company, but I couldn't understand the marketing part. And at first it wasn't fun for me, I didn't enjoy it, but then I started studying it, and as I started learning some stuff, and like, it got me excited and started growing, and like, it became my message. And now it's like, man, it's the thing that I'm so passionate about. I think for all of us in your life, a lot of times the thing that you struggled with earlier in your life becomes your product, your service, your message, right? ClickFunnels literally came from, we were so frustrated for a decade of my life building funnels by hand. That was my mess. And then eventually we turned it into a software company that made it simple, and that became our message, right? And so a lot of times you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna sell, what products or services I have. Like, look back in time, what was the mess that you worked through? And that can become your message. So thank you, Nick, for sharing that amazing quote with me. Your mess can become your message. Whew. All right, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Really good.
We passed
good?
400 shares.
400 shares? What?
Love it. They're so great.
Thank you, guys. Should we do this more often? Do you guys like this? You okay if we over deliver? You guys okay with that? Because like, we can stop if you want. Like, I can go back to take a nap. Like, I'm totally cool with that. But hopefully you guys are all getting something good out of it today.
1,300 comments, 400 shares. It's really
1,300 comments, 400 shares. Okay, I need some more. We need some more shares. So let's talk about the bribe again. There you go. Okay, this is the brand new Secrets Trilogy with our secret workbook that nobody's seen before. And at the end of this event, we're gonna be giving this away to somebody. Signed copies. I'm gonna be signing all 4 books and the box somehow. Can I show this again? Because this is really cool. It was inside this box earlier today. Dun, 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 dun. This was the ClickFunnels mystery box. We opened it up, and inside the mystery box for today was the Secrets Trilogy box set. Okay, this box will be coming soon to a funnel near you, but right now there's only one on this planet, and we're gonna be giving this one away to somebody's listening today. The way to win this is basically very simple. It's 2 steps. Step number 1, share this video down below that you're participating in right now, and then number 2, comment down below, let us know, and that helps us get our message out to more people. Because I'm working for free for you guys today. The least you can do is share it, and then somebody's gonna win this as a gift. So, all right, there you go. Okay. Take a nap? Just kidding, we gotta keep going. The show must go on.
The nap segment.
Okay, this is we're moving on to the nap segment for the day. If everyone wants to grab your pillows and hang out, just kidding. Okay, you guys ready for the next segment of the show? Here we go. Okay. This is the title of this next segment. How hacking Facebook, Dropbox, and Hotmail have earned us millions in free traffic secrets, okay? All right, so as you guys know, there's this whole funnel hacker community. I am the original, the OG funnel hacker. What does funnel hacking mean? Some people think it means going and stealing stuff. And the answer is not that. Funnel hacking is all about looking at what people are doing and modeling it, okay? So as we were growing ClickFunnels, I'm looking like how, because I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, I have no ability to actually code and make ClickFunnels. People always tell me, like, Russell, thank you so much for building ClickFunnels. I'm like, I don't know how to build ClickFunnels. I have a genius named Todd Dickerson and a whole development team who built ClickFunnels. I'm the dancing monkey on stage who gets to talk about it, right? And then my job was like, I gotta figure out how to sell this thing. And so I'm looking around like, how do people sell software? I've never sold software before. I'm looking around, I looked like, what does Facebook do? How does Dropbox, how do Hotmail, like, what do they do? So start looking at those things and funnel hacking the ideas. So I'm gonna share with you some of their ideas and then show you how we actually funnel hacked them to grow ClickFunnels. You guys wanna see that? All right, cool. To lead off this session, I want to talk about one of my first early friends and mentors in this whole business, a guy named Mike Filsame. This is Mike right here. And back in the day, he had a course called Butterfly Marketing, which is right here. And it was still one of my favorite courses to this day. I keep telling Mike, like, you should write a book called Butterfly Marketing and bring these principles back. But it's been like almost a decade since they've been out there. But Butterfly Marketing was a great product. And some of the basic gist of it was in Butterfly Marketing, he talked about the butterfly effect, which some of you guys have heard this concept before, where a butterfly flaps its wings in San Francisco, which causes like a chain reaction of events that turns into a tsunami on the other side of the world, right? Something like that. So that's the concept of butterfly marketing, of the butterfly effect. And he took that to marketing. He said, well, maybe this is true marketing. Like, what are the little tweaks we can make on our pages or our funnels or our upsells that cause huge increase in profits in our business? In fact, Mike was one of the original originators of the OTO, the one-time offer, right? He was the first person that showed it to me. Like, here's how you do an upsell. And I was like, oh my gosh. And like adding that little thing in there, it changed everything for me, right? So it's these little tiny butterfly marketing techniques. So in fact, all you guys should tag Mike down below, at Mike Filsame or whatever, and be like, Mike, write a book called Butterfly Marketing. We all want to buy it. But that was kind of the concept of it. All these little things you can do that have huge dramatic impact in your business over time. And so a lot of these things that I saw Facebook and Dropbox and all these companies do were like these little butterfly effects, okay? To make something truly viral, you have to get past a referral point that Mark Joyner calls the copulation rate, or the rate that your viral marketing grows. Okay, this was not planned, but I'm gonna explain how viruses work according to my expertise. And since we're in the middle of the coronavirus, we might as well talk about this, right? Okay, just kidding. So what happens with a virus, okay, let's say you have a thing, right? And so you have one person that goes into this thing. So for our intents and purposes, it's the landing page, right? So here's the landing page, is your headline, and somebody opts in, okay? And if for every one person that comes in here, on the backside, 0 people pop out, or I guess you have how do I explain this the best way? The copulation is how many people come back through, right? So if you have one person coming in here, and from there, maybe the word of mouth is like, well, that person, 1 out of 10 people tell someone else. Then you have a 0.1% copulation rate, right? Because like every person that comes through, every 10 people come through, 1 person will come back through and refer a friend, and they come back in, right? So that's not viral growth, right? Because if I send 100 people, it means I'll get 10. From those 10, I'll get 1, and eventually it just kind of stagnates and dies, right? So the copulation rate is really, really low. But if I create something where 1 person comes in here and they refer 1 person, right? Then you have something that's not viral growth, but it's growth, right? If every 1 person joins, 1 person will come out, and you have this thing just kind of flatlines, right? Which is kind of cool. But viral growth happens when you get 1 person come in and you get more than 1 person come back, right? So 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever that might be is copulation rate. So now you send 100 people into here, right? And you get 101 people that come back through viral growth, and then 200 and 300, like that's the whole mechanism. That's how a virus grows, right? And so, so in marketing, like the butterfly marketing effect and things like that, how do you create things that make it so that for everyone who joins your landing page, how do you get more people to come in? Everyone who joins ClickFunnels, how do I get more of them to come in? But to get true copulation rate, to get more than 1% or more than 100% referral is really, really difficult and doesn't happen very often. But even with that said, like what can we do to get this number from 0.1 to 0.5 to 0.7 to 0.8? So that, because anything that happens there is that viral growth is just free traffic. So that's kind of the premise of what we're going to be talking about during this session right here. Okay, so to have something go truly viral, you need each person who comes into your funnel, into your world, into your product to refer more than 1 person. That's how you start growing virally, right? All right, so here's how Dropbox did it initially. And you guys probably heard, if you're following the growth hacking strategy, this is how Dropbox did it. Okay, so Dropbox came in, when a new user would sign up, they'd say, hey, if you tell your friends and your family by posting this on Twitter and Facebook, we're gonna give you more storage for free. And then people did that, and Dropbox grew, right? Because everyone's like, oh, cool, we got 10 megs of free storage. If I post this on Twitter and Facebook, I get an extra 30 megs or gigs or whatever it was, right? And Dropbox did that, and that's how they went crazy, okay? For a while, they had true viral growth. For every single person who got signed for Dropbox, they'd bring in 3 or 4 more people. And then boom, it became Dropbox, right? Viral growth. So that was the Dropbox hack that we learned. I was like, how can I apply that to ClickFunnels? I'll show you how we did here in a second. But I was like, that's so cool, okay? Again, it helped Dropbox to grow to over 500 million members worldwide, which is a lot of people. All right, here's a Facebook hack. Someone would join Facebook, okay, back in the early days, and I don't know if it still does this because I haven't joined Facebook in 12 years, but back in the day, when you joined Facebook and you became a new user, it's like, hey, do you want to see if your friends are on here? Click this button and we're going to scrape your address book and see if your friends are on here. So scrape your address book, found all the people, and say, cool, here's all the people in your address book who are already part of Facebook. Do you want us to contact all the people who aren't and invite them as well? Like, sure, you click a button, boom, and then it would go and invite all the non-Facebook users to come to Facebook, and really quickly, Facebook exploded because of using a viral growth hack like this. Okay, Hotmail had a really cool growth hack as well. You probably heard this one as well. Hotmail came out, and in every single email they sent out, they added a PS line, said, PS, I love you, get your free email at hotmail.com. And so what happens is that a group of people started using Hotmail, and everyone started seeing, like, get your free email. Back in the day, email wasn't free, and then people were like, oh, that's cool. So they signed up, and soon millions and millions and millions of people are all sending out emails to their friends, their family members, everyone they loved, all driving people back into Hotmail. And that little butterfly effect, that little hack, that little growth hack, whatever you want to call it, dramatically increased how many people came into Hotmail. Okay? All right, so again, I'm looking at that as the original funnel hacker. Like, how do I use these ideas? How can I use that to grow ClickFunnels? And obviously, I can't do the exact same thing, but like, how can I make something similar? So the first one, when we looked at Dropbox, we modeled Dropbox hack, right? So Dropbox, when someone came in and they signed up for Dropbox, they said, we'll give you more storage if you refer your friends. So when we initially launched ClickFunnels, we did the same thing. New user would come to ClickFunnels, we'd give them 20 funnels in their account. And then the first page said, hey, if you refer your friends through Facebook or Twitter, whatever, we're gonna give you more funnels. So when they refer at least one friend, we doubled how many funnels they got. And then they had 40 funnels ClickFunnels just by doing that. So when we first launched ClickFunnels, that's how we get tons of our initial viral growth is by modeling Dropbox's growth hack by doubling their funnels when they referred more people into the site, which is how we got a lot of initial growth initially. Okay, next one's ClickFunnels plus Facebook's growth hack. The next thing we did is, I didn't have the technology like Facebook did to go and grab your address book and spam all your friends. I wish I did because that'd be amazing. But we had to figure out like, how can we do something similar. So when we had our first webinar, people would would sign up for the free webinar, and then we'd give people a free 14-day trial of the ClickFunnels. And after they joined the webinar, we would say, hey, if you refer 5 friends, we're going to give you one of our products for free. And what happens? Someone register for the webinar, they refer 5 friends, and they get the free 14-day trial. Those 5 friends would come back and they would join. They would refer friends, and what happens? We were looking at the time, I think about 20% of the traffic that were coming in to register for every webinar were not from our ads that we were spending. They were from the people who signed up for the webinar referring their friends back into it. So a 20% lift in free traffic just by adding in a tell a friend script on the thank you page of our webinar. Okay, so again, we used Facebook's growth hack. We modeled it, we tweaked it a little bit, put it in our page, and got 20% more visitors for free to every one of our funnels that we were driving people into ClickFunnels at the time. All right, and then oh yeah, there you go, 20% in free signups. All right, and then this is the third and last. This was my favorite one. You've probably seen this. We were looking at Hotmail. Hotmail had the PS I love you, get your free Hotmail account here on every email. We said, what if we did it on ClickFunnels? So we create this little badge that's on every single page that says built with ClickFunnels. And when you build the page by default in ClickFunnels, that badge is on there. And if you're building it, we plug your affiliate ID in there. So you get paid commissions when anytime someone clicks on that and signs up for ClickFunnels. But we built that in day number 1 into ClickFunnels. So every page by default had it, and you can turn it off if you want, but it's there. And the results from that have been amazing. Over the past 5 years, the badge has generated over 10,000 people have joined ClickFunnels. That's $1 million per month in revenue because of that little badge we put on there, almost as an afterthought. Okay, that's $12 million per year right now in revenue we get because we put that badge on there. Okay, these little butterfly effects, these little things that cause huge changes in your business. And so for you, I want you to start thinking about that in your businesses, in your funnels, in everything you're doing. Like, what are little hacks, little butterfly effect things, little viral things you can add in there that'll increase how much traffic you're getting. And as you're going through other people's sign up flow, like watch what they're doing. Be a funnel hacker. Watch like, oh, that's how Dropbox did it. How can I apply that to what I'm doing? Oh, that's what Facebook did. How can I apply that to what I'm doing? Those little hacks had a dramatic increase on our company as a whole. It's fun because as you start looking at it that way, literally marketing is like hunting for buried treasure. As you're going through it, it's like you're looking for this thing like, where's the pot of gold? Oh, that idea, that's some gold, that's some gold, that's some gold. And you're finding all these things, and it's really, really fun. Okay, you guys ready for some more pictures?
Yeah.
All right, let's come back. All right, next picture here. Oh man, personal development. Boom. So this right here is Jamie Smith. Jamie has been a friend of ClickFunnels for a long time. He works here in the office as well. He just moved to Boise recently, which is kind of fun. But Jamie is someone who we just love. So this is him winning his 2 Comma Club award, or not 2 Comma Club, sorry. This is him winning his Dream Car award for referring people into ClickFunnels. He also won a 2 Comma Club award this year and a whole bunch of other different things as well. And so I want to share this picture because at Funnel Hacking Live, we're always working at like, how do we get people to the next level, right? How do we help them? I wrote about this in the new version of Expert Secrets, but there's a quote from Napoleon Bonaparte. He said something to the effect of like, it's amazing what men will do for a ribbon or for a I can't remember the quote exactly, but conceptually it was that, right? And so it's interesting in all of our communities, one of the things we need to be doing is like creating awards, creating ribbons, creating things to get our people to go on this journey. A lot of times it's tough because someone will come into, they start a business, they want to lose weight or something, and they don't have a tangible goal. The goal is like, I want to lose weight, I want to make money, I want to do whatever. And so they start on this journey, but there's never really an ending point. And so for us inside ClickFunnels, we're like, how do we create awards that are like, where someone can go and they can celebrate and be like, yes, I made it to this phase. What's the award? What's the award? Because in business, like, there's no end game. Like in wrestling, it was like, I wanted to win state. I wanted to be an All-American. I had these things I was working towards. But in business, like, I want to make money. And it's like, okay, this is a journey that you go on for forever. There's no end. It just keeps happening. It's like the song that never ends, right? And I think a lot of times your customers come into your world the same way, where it's just like, I'm here, but how, like if there's no ending, why do I stay? And how does it, what's the purpose of it? And so as you create these things, like we have a Dream Car winner for affiliates. We have our 2 Comma Club, 2 Comma Club X, 2 Comma Club C. Eventually we'll have a 3 Comma Club award. These are things that get your audience and pulls them and helps you so you can develop them personally and take them to each step and take them to the next level. And so I've watched Jamie, for example, in this picture over the years, as he went and like, I want to win a Dream Car, and then he won it. I want to win 2 Comma Club award, and then he did it. And it helps develop your audience and your team and your people as well. So hopefully that helps. And congratulations to Jamie Smith.
It's amazing what a man will do for a piece of colored ribbon.
Yes, it's amazing what a man will do for a piece of colored ribbon.
There you go.
That's such a good quote. And it's in the new Expert Secrets books. When you guys read the new version, which you all better read it, that is what's happening. Okay, and we've got our last word of wisdom for the day. Okay, this is one that's very important. As I rewrote the .com secrets and the expert secrets, and then wrote the new version of the traffic secrets book, there's one concept that wasn't in either of the first two books. It's now in all three of the books because it's literally the most important part. And so if any of your traffic campaigns or any of your funnels aren't working, it's always because of the hook, the story, or the offer. Okay, if you're at Funnel Hacking Live 2 years ago, you heard me, I did a whole presentation on this, but hook, story, offer is the key to marketing. It's interesting, if you look at every phase of your funnel, like the ad, like is the ad working? Yes or no? If the ad's not working, it's always either the hook, the story, or the offer. So you look at like, is the hook, is it grabbing people? Is the story building perceived value in the offer? And is the offer any good? Okay, and you get the landing page, and the landing page is the hook, story, offer. Okay, after someone opts in, the first email is a hook, story, offer. The sales page is a hook, story, offer. The upsell page is a hook, story, offer everywhere. And so when you look at your campaigns as a whole, you drive traffic into something, and it's not working for some reason, it's always because of the hook, the story, or the offer. It's interesting. People will hire me for consulting, and it's ridiculous now. Like, just because I don't have time to do it, so we just kept raising the prices, thinking that people would stop. But literally, the going price is like $100,000 for a day consulting right now. And it's funny that people come in like, my funnel's not working. Just look at it and tell me the magic. Like, what's the thing I need to tweak? And I literally, this is how simple it is. Okay, I'm gonna save you guys $100,000 right now. All I do is look at the ad. And I'm like, the ad's not working. Is it the hook, the story, or the offer? And I like look at them, they're like, the hook's not that good. Like, what would be a better hook? And they're like, what if I tried this? Like, I don't know, let's try it. Right? And then the landing page. Landing page isn't working. Oh, it's either the hook, the story, the offer. What do you think about the hook here? The hook's good, but man, the story kind of sucks. Yeah, well, how would you tell a better story? And that's all we do. That's it. That's the magic. Okay? You've seen behind the curtain. That's what the Wizard of Oz does. He just looks at every single step in the funnel and says, what's the hook, the story, and the offer? That's it. That's the magic trick. So for you guys to understand this and to master it, the more you do, the better you'll be at driving ads, at building funnels, all sorts of things. Again, when you have a chance to read the .com secrets book, the new expert secrets book, the new traffic secrets book, this concept is weaved into all three of the books because it is the overlying thing that weaves between all the pages of your funnel. And so what's nice about it is if your funnels are working, it's because your hook's right, your story's right, and your offer's right. If they're not, it's because your hook's wrong, or the story's wrong, or the offer's wrong. And usually if you fix that and diagnose that, it becomes really easy. It's not like going to the doctor, where the doctor's like, well, it could be this, like 8 million things that could be wrong. It's like, no, it's only 3 every single time. So when you understand that, it makes this whole game of funnels and business a lot more fun and a lot easier. There you go, hook, story, offer. All right. Is this the last giveaway?
Last giveaway.
What's the last
This is it.
So are we awarding it right now?
What's that?
Are we awarding it right now?
Oh my heaven.
Yeah, actually,
let's do it.
we
let's do
can
it.
right now. Yeah, let's do
Okay, I've
it.
got a tool here.
Okay.
Pulling up all the comments.
John, wait. Before you, actually, let's. Oh, they got a winner.
There you go.
We going?
Don't share it again then, because we got a winner. You can still share it if you want. Okay. So Vanna, are you coming? Melanie's playing Vanna White today. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so everyone, this is Melanie, my assistant, who's here today to announce our winner of the first ever Box O books.
Trilogies?
The trilogy box set. So Melanie, do you want to, should we do a
Yes.
drum roll or something? Okay, here's the drum roll. Okay, hold on. So what this means, they're going to get the box set.
Right.
I'm going to sign all the books.
I have a nice pen that'll work on this one for you.
Do you do it on the outside or do
Yeah.
the inside?
No?
Okay, so we're going to sign it,
Yeah.
like a silver pen?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be awesome, actually. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being on the show and for sharing. We're not done yet with the show, but we are going to be announcing the winner now. So Melanie's got the winner. Drum roll, please. Who is the winner of today's
The
box?
winner is Kimberly Smith Austin.
Kimberly Smith Austin, congratulations. You're the winner of the first ever box set ever.
So cool.
That's
so
exciting. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. All right, well, Melanie's out. Everyone tell Melanie thanks down below for being part of the very first one ever. So that was fun. All right. We should do that more often. We should just keep giving stuff away.
Yes.
Okay. All right, there you go. Let me see what's up next. We got a couple more things, and then we'll be wrapping for today. And then those of you guys who have been on the show before, you can hang out for behind the scenes afterwards as we do all the other little pieces. So, oh yes, okay. We've got a one funnel away story for you guys today. Every single morning here at ClickFunnels HQ, we do a live meeting with everybody in the company, and we always share a story of someone in the funnel hacking community who's having success, and it's so much fun. And I wish I could like broadcast those to all of you guys all the time because there's so many good ones. But we found one that I'm going to share with you guys today, which will be really, really fun. So this is from Heidi. and I wrote out the story. I'll probably read the whole thing because it's kind of long, but this is Heidi right here. And so let me tell you her one funnel way story. It says, the one funnel way challenge was invaluable and crucial to my success with using ClickFunnels, because before I did OFA, I didn't have a full understanding of how to create a great offer, how to construct a funnel, and how to write the copy. Have you guys all done the one funnel way challenge by now? If you haven't, like, it's probably one of the best things we do, and it's live training, and it's starting, the next one's starting really, really soon. So go to onefunnelway.com. Sorry. That stuff is all key, but what a lot of people struggle with after the challenge is over is how exactly to drive traffic to their shiny new funnels. That's why the traffic portion of OFA is so key, because of what I learned, I was able to drive traffic to all my offers and funnels with zero ad spend. It was all organic through my Facebook profile, compelling social posts, and my Facebook group. I'm super excited to learn all the other tactics Russell has up his sleeve. My sleeve and new traffic secrets to help us find an even greater success from Heidi Anspaugh. So thank you, Heidi. Congratulations. Thank you guys for sharing that. And keep sending in your one funnel way stories. We love it. Like, as a company, you have no idea how it fuels us. We always share the story and talk about how what we do matters. And so this is one example of some of the amazing stories coming through. And so congratulations, Heidi, on your one funnel way story. We did it, you guys. That's the last slide, right?
Yeah.
We did it. How'd you guys like the second ever Marketing Secrets live show? If you did like it, please let me know in the comments down below to see if we're going to keep on doing this fun thing. So I'm going to do some final thoughts before we kind of break. The reason why I started doing this show, just so you guys are fully aware, inside the Traffic Secrets book, we talk a lot about different advertising platforms and how things work and how to publish on all different channels. And one thing that's been interesting over the last 4 or 5 years we've been doing this at a big scale with ClickFunnels is understanding that, like, you can't just create a video and then repurpose it everywhere. We tried that in the past. It was hard because every social platform has its own language, has its own vibe and the way that things are produced, right? Like, YouTube is very much how-to based, whereas Pinterest, you're looking for cool images, whereas Instagram, you're looking for galleries and stories, and they're all similar, but they're all different. So by making one video and then repurposing it everywhere, usually you'll dominate really well on one platform and you'll struggle on all the rest, because all the rest is it's foreign, right? Like, I've seen people take YouTube videos and post them on a podcast, and a podcast, like the way when I'm consuming a podcast, I'm not looking for like a step-by-step how-to tutorial like it would be on YouTube, and vice versa, right? And so as I was writing the book, I was like, how do we make something that's going to be easier for us and for everybody else? Because it's hard to go and publish on 50 different networks. And so we had the idea, like, what if we did a show where had different segments, and each segment of the show was focused on creating the content for a specific platform. So if you guys watched this, hopefully you saw, like, there were things very specifically we did that are going to be repurposed and used on Instagram. There are things very specifically that will be just on YouTube, things that will be just for blog posts and things like that. And so that's kind of a hint. You'll read about it when you get the new Traffic Secrets book, but that's kind of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today. It was a lot of fun. Hey, this is Russell again. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Marketing Secrets live show. It is being sponsored today by my new book. Yes, you can sponsor your own show, and that's totally what I'm doing. But the good news for you is that right now this book is brand new. It's called Traffic Secrets, and it has over 20 different traffic secrets, over 350 pages. It's a hardbound book. And right now, because this is a new promotion, my new book, we're actually giving away free copies right now. And if you would like one, all you gotta do is go to trafficsecrets.com or click on the link right here-ish, and it'll take you there and you can get a free copy. Now, I paid for the printing of this thing. You gotta cover the shipping and handling. It's under $10. We'll ship one out to you, and you have 20 different secrets on how to get traffic into your websites and your funnels. I'm really proud of this book, and hopefully you enjoy it half as much as I enjoyed writing it. Spent over a year writing this thing for you, and you get it literally for free. You just gotta cover shipping and handling. So go to trafficsecrets.com, and then with that said, if you enjoyed this video, we've got another one right here you can watch. It's gonna show you more ways to get traffic into your funnels and into your websites. So get the book and then check out the next video here in the playlist.